Andrew, you usually participate with all the young talents coming up, and you get to play one of the younger up-and-comers, so can you just talk about what you know about setup and what you think about him as a first round and his potential?
Yeah, well, I mean, I know him reasonably well. I practiced with him for the first time a couple of years ago, so you know, I've seen him play a few matches since then, and obviously getting to play him a couple of weeks ago was good. I also practiced with him a couple of times during the week in Perth too. You know, he's a big guy, obviously for his age. You know, out of the young guys coming through, by far the tallest of them. You know, which has obviously benefits, and you know, can, at the age he's at just now, can cause a few issues as well until you kind of fill that into your physique. But I mean, he's got a very good game. You know, serves well. You know, for a big guy, you know, he moves pretty well too. And yeah, he's obviously improving all the time. He finished last year, you know, well too. And I think made the semis of the tournament in Stockholm, and yeah, it'll be a tough match.
You had a pretty short off-season. Has it been challenging for the preparation?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've spoken about it a bit towards the end of last year. My off-season was going to be in February after the tournament, really. You know, I took a bit of a break after the Davis Cup, and then I had about a week, 10 days, and then obviously went off to train in Dubai, and then a few days off over Christmas, and then over here. But yeah, after I'm finished here, I'm going to be at home for 4 or 5 weeks, and I'll take some time to rest and recover after I'm finished here.
Did you prepare for the tournament despite this?
Well, it has been different. You know, that's for sure. I've never finished the season this late, so I had to make some changes to what I did in December. I didn't go over to Miami, you know, which is first time in a long time. You know, went over to Dubai and then came over here earlier than I ever had done before. So I made some changes. I feel prepared, but it's just been different preparation to what I'm used to.
And is it all harder to keep your focus with maybe coming in your mind at all elsewhere?
Yeah, I mean, most days, obviously, think about that just now. It's a big change, you know, coming. You know, it's very, very exciting, and, you know, I'm sure everyone that's had, you know, their first child in here would have thought the same thing with, you know, just a few weeks to go. You know, and I've never been in this position before, so it's something new for me to deal with and handle, which is good. New experiences are always, you know, always good. Something to learn from. But yeah, when I'm on the practice court and stuff, I mean, you know, very focused there, and when I've been training, it's, you know, not distracted, that side of things. You know, just obviously after your practices and when you're away from the court, you know, it's a bit different.
You're on record as saying that if Kim goes into labour, you'll go straight home. What happens if that's between, say, the semi-final and final?
The same thing would happen.
Okay. Even if the tournament was without a final, then?
For me, my child is more important to me, and my wife is more important to me than a tennis match. Yeah.
Andy, how much of a boost is having it back for France now?
Yeah, it's great. You know, we got to spend the time in Dubai, which was good. So that was 10 days, well, a week there, and then also it's been because we got to the Hopman Cup like 5-6 days beforehand. You know, we've been now almost 3 weeks, been 2.5 weeks together. So, you know, it was good. You know, we have a good relationship. Obviously, when you do spend like 4 or 5 months away from anyone that you're working with, it takes a little bit of time to get back into things. So it's good that we've got to spend quite a lot of time together, and close to a month of practicing and preparation. So I'm happy she's back with me.
Andy, Emma's 25. Kyle appears to be making big steps forward. How gratifying is that to see?
Yeah, well, I mean, Kyle's been improving all of the time. He had probably about 18 months or so ago, when he was making a few coaching changes and stuff, he had a tricky few months, but since then he's just been getting better all the time. Every time I practice with him and see him, playing matches or anything, he's just consistently making improvements to his game. He's got a new coach with him now, who I spent a bit of time with them in Dubai, and he's pushing him and working him hard, which I think was very important for Kyle after the Davis Cup, 'cause he played some, I thought, great tennis there, and just physically needed to just get a bit stronger, and I think he's learned from that, and he seems to be playing very, very well to start the year, which is great. And then with Ebo, I don't think he's ever qualified here before, so it's a really good effort from him. A few 3-set matches as well, and he did play some good stuff towards the end of last year, and he's got a good opportunity this year to get himself onto the tour, and I think he has the game to be there. But it's just up to him to try and maintain his level for longer and not have lulls during the year. But it's a great way for him to start this year, and hopefully is the draw been done yet? I don't know if it's been done for the qualies, but I thought there was a few not bad draws for the qualifiers, so it'd be great if you could get through a round or two.
Can you tell us about the evening when you went out to support him and James? I mean, were you staying late at in the locker room anyway? Were you staying on to watch them? How did that happen?
No, I was back at the hotel, and I'd messaged Leon to ask what was going on with their match, because it'd been raining and stuff, and there was quite a lot of delays during the day, and then all of the team were doing different things that night, and I was just going to eat in my room, and just decided to come over and watch. The hotel's only like 5 minutes away, so I just walked over and got to see about a set and a half of Wardy, and everyone was good that they were playing on the courts next to each other as well. Mike was there, and I think Barry was there as well, which wasn't a very pleasant evening. It was pretty cold and windy. But Dan, James was unlucky. He got injured in his first match, and it was a shame for him. It's not an easy way to start the year, and Dan did great to win after losing the second set, where he really blew it. He did well to fight back in the third and win.
Did he come and thank you for your support?
Yeah, he said thanks when I saw him after the match. I just chatted to him a little bit about it and stuff.
Couple more questions, please.
And it's a ways out, but do you plan on playing mixed at the Olympics again after the success you had in London?
I would like to. I'd like to. I think it's not easy. I think to play 3 events, and I think because of the improvements my brother's made as well, there's also more of a chance there to maybe win a medal in the doubles. I think it'd be difficult to stay in like all 3 events the whole time. Me and Jamie lost in the doubles first round in London. I'd have to think about it and kind of weigh up, I don't know, the chances of winning a medal. If you want to try to win medals for your country, so you want to enter the events that give you, I think, the best chance to do that and speak to the team and the players about it as well, because Jamie plays, you know, pretty good mixed doubles himself, and I think being if he's in the top 10 in the rankings, I think I don't know how it works because with the doubles players, I know they can pick their partner if they're in the top 10. I don't know how it works with mixed, if it's just done on ranking or not, so I'll have to have a chat about it.
Given that Novak was the best player last year, have you spent any of your off-season concentrating on how you beat him in the main matches?
Yeah, I think, you know, that's always really the case in off-season. This off-season, yeah, maybe a little bit more. You know, but it's not just him. You have to win against. I mean, Roger last year, I didn't have a good record against him last year either. So, yes, in practices, there's things that you look to do for matches against them, but also rather than it just being in practice, like looking at matches that you've played against them and understanding sort of tactics and things that are happening in the match that you can maybe change as well. You know, in practice, you're also trying to improve your overall game, so maybe looking at the videos of the match and going, oh, you know, I can improve my serve here or improve my return. You know, it's not just against them, it's against all of the other players as well.
Thank you. I'd like to ask representatives Paul and Simon from the International Association to the front, please, just for a short presentation, and then we'll move on to the radio.
Hi everybody, I'm Paul Newman, I'm the co-president of the International Tennis Writers Association. Simon Cambers, who's a fellow board member. The International Tennis Writers Association, we represent more than 120 of the leading tennis journalists who travel the world covering the sport. And at the end of every year, our members vote for their ambassadors of the year, for one man and for one woman. The awards are not only about what players achieve on the court, their results, they're also about the image that people portray, the way that they show the sport in a good light, and it's also about players' relationship with the media, the way that players cooperate with the media. We made one award this afternoon to Garbine Muguruza, and I'm very pleased to say that our second award today goes to Andy Murray. It's the second time Andy's won this award. I know, I mean, speaking on behalf of the British media, I think we have a very good relationship with Andy. One thing I would very much stress is that it's an international award, we're an international organisation, and I think it's true that journalists around the world greatly appreciate both the time that you give to the media and the seriousness with which you treat it. So thank you very much, Andy. Well done.